Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Maddisons. Well, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to bring you my usual update last week. I was at the Best Estate Agency Guide Masters event, which is always such a great event. So many estate agents have a host of awards, and for quite a few of them you have to fill in an application and part with some money. What I like about the Best Estate Agency Guide is the fact that they vet every single individual agency branch. You don't enter, everybody automatically gets assessed, and they look at your Rightmove performance figures, your sale agreeds, price reductions, fall through rates, withdrawal rates, all of that sort of important stuff when you're selling your property, and combine it with your Google 5-star reviews and a mystery shopping exercise. And we are gold again, so really, really great. We've fallen in the top 2% of agents, and a big congratulations to, I've not heard of them before, sorry, Turner Dooley, who won the best single branch, and Nickel & Co. Nickel & Co, great agency, well done Matt, for being the best sales agency overall. So huge well done for that, and that's where I was, up in Battersea. So back to normal this week. What's been going on? Well, a few little updates for you. Base rate remained unchanged. That was expected and predicted. You that watch my regular vlogs will know that I said I thought rates had stopped rising now. They bottomed out, got to their kind of level. They might actually start coming down a little bit, actually. And we were seeing that with what lenders were offering. That's what lenders were predicting as well when they were looking at the long-term swap rates, as they're called. Rightmove have produced their latest house price index. It supports largely what we're seeing in the market. Realistic sellers will sell in this market, and realistic buyers will buy in this market. There's a huge mismatch still at the moment between what sellers think they will be able to achieve and what buyers want to pay. And when those get aligned and meet somewhere in the middle, we have a deal. So I am constantly negotiating offers at the moment that go nowhere. It's so depressing. So it's realistic buyers and sellers finding they're closing a deal at the moment. Asking prices of properties going to market came down 1.7%, showing that there is a rise of those realistic sellers wanting to try and secure a buyer before Christmas, not move before Christmas, but have a buyer before Christmas. Great position to be in to go into the spring market knowing that you're under offer. Looking forward next year, transaction levels do remain slightly down, but there's certainly been no price crash, and that's mainly because supply has remained quite low. So those classic supply-demand imbalances, meaning that prices are holding. Transaction levels down, but a more stable mortgage environment. People getting used to that new mortgage rate regime, and expecting the housing market to be relatively stable next year. Not a brilliant market in terms of transaction volumes, but then booming up in 2025. Of course, we have a general election coming next year, so it will be a 10-month year for an agent. There's no point doing anything during the general election. It's called market goes dead. Everyone holds their breath and waits to see, and of course probably a change of government, so we'll see what happens with that. Other big news out there, another new housing minister. Congratulations to Leo Rowley, who has replaced Rachel McLean. She was sacked as part of the cabinet reshuffle. So it's the 16th housing minister since 2010. Who is Leo Rowley? Well, he is represents North Derbyshire. I've had to pick up my notes on this because prior to this, he was the Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State in the Department for Levelling Up Housing and Communities. And prior to that, he was the Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State in the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, and a Government Whip and Lord Commissioner of HM Treasury. It's just all a bit depressing, really, all these continual different housing ministers. The reality is when things keep changing, nothing gets done. And there are a lot of important things that need addressing in the housing market. Supply, there's been the Renters Reform Bill being talked about for a long time now, looking to give more protection to tenants, and that's a really contentious subject about how that looks after landlords and looks at their interests as well. So yeah, with each of these new change of housing ministers, it's just like and she was quite well regarded, Rachel McLean, actually. The industry reaction has been, quite sad that she's gone. She was very diplomatic, very sensitive, and got some very difficult things over the line. But who knows? We wish Leo all the best of luck in his new role. Please let him stay for a little while. That would be great. A couple of more social things. So my house build, I know I haven't posted on it for ages. I sort of moved in and collapsed really, as I do say quite often. I'm actually quite private in my own home and in my own sort of personal life, but I am going to show you some snippets of bits that I love and some thanks and shouts out to great trades who got me there. So look out on our Instagram and other feeds on social media for that. And this weekend, of course, it's the big reveal. So, well, and starting tomorrow actually. So the big reveal used to run on the Pantiles. Thank you so much to Charlotte and Holly at Zero Waste for launching it. We've been huge supporters. But this year it's going to start at the top end of town on Thursday night, so Camden Road, all around that area, coming down sort of along that top end near the Assembly Halls, and then down Mount Ephraim and the High Street on Friday night, and then on Saturday night here on the Pantiles. So our window is in progress. I can't wait to show it to you, and do come down and support your town. It's a fabulous, fabulous evening. I hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.